Healthcare providers and healthcare workers, you are subject to be hit, kicked, and now slashed while at work. We're there to do our job, take care of patients, and go home to our families, in our lives, and our friends.
3 employees slashed by a woman at Newark Beth Israel Hospital. CBS News' Nick Calloway is live outside the hospital with the breaking details. Nick?
Well, the good news is those hospital employees are expected to be okay, and police do believe that they have their suspect in custody. This all started around 7 a.m. today. Police say a female suspect was visiting a patient in that pediatric ICU when a dispute ensued. Officials say she used some sort of knife or cutting implement and attacked 3 employees, 2 of them nurses. The third is a physician, a medical resident. The victims all suffered lacerations from the attack. They are reportedly in stable condition. Now, police just released the name of that female suspect, 37-year-old Firdousi Abdul Hakim. She's being charged with aggravated assault and unlawful possession of a weapon. Police have not released any possible motive for that attack, but they say the incident, is still under investigation. Now, those 2 nurses and the resident were treated at the emergency room here at Newark Beth Israel for what we were told are minor injuries. We're live in Newark. Nick Calloway, CBS 2 News.
Nick, thanks.
So we have a situation in the United States when it comes to healthcare providers and healthcare workers. You are subject to be hit, kicked, and now slashed while at work. And the worst part about this situation is it happened at the hospital that I was born in, Newark Beth Israel, in Newark, New Jersey. I am deeply saddened to hear about stuff like this because I'm entering the field of healthcare. I've been a CNA for about 2.5 years now, and I'm in nursing school as well. And it's wild to me that you can leave yourself subjected to be harmed while at work. And it's crazy because you can't even really prepare for things like this, like stuff that's happening at the hospital. Like, you go into work to take care of your patients, and now you don't know, depending on what unit you work on, or actually any unit for that matter. This happened in a pediatric ICU. You don't know what's going to walk through those doors, patient wise or patient's family wise. Now, family has access to, see their loved ones in their time of need. I get that. I understand. I get that 100%. But you don't know what's going to walk through that doors. How is their mental state? You know what I'm saying? Do they have your best interests at heart as being the person that's taking care of their family, taking care of their loved ones? And now you have to question, do they have a weapon with them? I can't even blame this on, security or anything like that, because I seen a security guard's job at a hospital. They're oftentimes understaffed like the rest of the world, but there is so many different ways that something like this can happen. And I just think it's crazy to ever want to harm any healthcare professional. Now, I don't know the situation, but regardless of the situation, I don't think anyone needs to be harmed, especially coming into work to take care of people. You do this day in and day out. You empathize with patients day in and day out. You see them in their worst time, and now you're subjected to be harmed at work. You know what I mean? You're subjected to be harmed at work. I start to question, why don't we have metal detectors in the hospital? Why is there not like a secure door with like an AI robot or whatever in some of these bigger cities that, you have to walk past a security guard, maybe 2 that's standing there, maybe a cop that's allocated from the city, and they can stand there and make sure that, you get a bag check. Do you look suspicious? You get a bag check. Because you're walking into a hospital with people who are vulnerable. We don't carry arms to work. We bring our badge. We bring our caring attitude and scrubs with some hokas or something. And I don't understand why we don't protect healthcare workers more. That was 2 nurses and a medical resident that was just harmed at work. Luckily, they made it out and are in stable condition, but say they didn't. Say she was swiping at their face, 2 inches shorter would be their neck, and they would probably no longer be here. So I think that is insane to me. I even have stories of me working on a different floor, neuro, which you can blame those patients, but you can't really blame them because they're not in their right mental status and mental state. But you'll come in and you're like, hey, it's 2:00 in the morning, I'm getting your vitals. And you might, catch a roundhouse kick or, a little hook or something like that, left or right hook, because they think you're in their house. They think you're in their house. They want you to get out of their house. And I've taken kicks and punches from disoriented patients that sometimes they knew what they were doing, sometimes they didn't, but it's no recourse for that. There is nothing that you can do about that. Now, I'm a big guy. I can take it. But imagine a nurse that's not. Imagine a nurse that's 5 foot and like 110 pounds or something like that. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. I don't think it's fair at all. Granted, I know they have trainings and stuff of stuff that you can do to kind of like prepare yourself or stop the attack from happening. But if someone wants to attack you, they're going to attack you. You get what I'm saying? If someone wants to attack you, they're going to attack you. And I had a comment before. I'll see if I can find it. If I can't, just take my word for it. What do you do if a patient hits you? Because I'm a big guy, in intemperate situations, you can't do anything but protect yourself. You block your face, you try to, grab their wrists or whatever, but you can't physically harm that patient or family member that wants to physically harm you. There's nothing you can do about that. Call security. De-escalate the situation. I think it's crazy that stuff like this is happening. I think we need better reform, legal reform of different things that you can do as a nurse to protect yourself. I feel like you should be able to protect yourself because, not everybody's going to hit you and stop. Some people are going to hit you, continue, grab a weapon, stuff like that. So you want to be able to protect yourself. You want to be able to kind of like prevent some of these situations from happening, but you don't know what's going to walk through that door. You don't. I don't know what's going to walk through that door. And as a male nurse, I feel obligated to protect other nurses or maybe even a charge nurse or a doctor for that matter, just simply because I'm the guy and I'm the biggest person there. There's been times where I'm the only guy on the floor. Say a nurse gets attacked. I have to be there to help protect the nurse. I've been on the unit before where it was all women nurses except for one male tech, me, and one male nurse. And we were the only ones there to kind of like get the patient down. I'm not saying that we're the ones that has to do it, but that was a big man. You know what I mean? So if security took a while, they caught with another situation on the other side of the hospital, we have to handle that until they get there. I don't know the fix to this. I don't know how to prevent some of this stuff from happening. All I can say is I think we need better reform on protecting yourself. I think there needs to be more security, and people need to know that you cannot harm people who are there to help you. And this is actually something that scares me because I plan to work in the emergency department once I'm done with nursing school. And if anything, that leaves you open to the entire city, the entire, anything that walks through that door, you have to deal with. Anything that walks through that door, you will be open to. If there's been situations where firearms were brought into the hospital, literal firearms are brought into the hospital. If you're emergency, I come in and I'm there. If I'm not on the backside of the emergency room, I can be subject to that as well. So techs can be subject to that as well. Secretaries. I don't know, man. I don't know. Stories like this make me afraid to go into the emergency room once I'm done because of what can happen. Like there's been times where something happens in the city, and they have to lock down the emergency room because of what can happen when someone comes back. I feel like they should be off limits. I feel like emergency rooms, hospitals in general, healthcare workers should be off limits because I would like to think that no one comes into work to cause harm to nobody. We're there to do our job, take care of patients, and go home to our families, in our lives, and our friends. Not all the time, nurses and healthcare providers don't make it out. If a situation, this is losing focus. If a situation was to happen, everyone doesn't always make it out. They don't always make it out. It could have ended way worse, and we would have been looking at a different context of a news clip saying that, they're no longer with us thing. They've been deleted by a random lady who probably has psych issues, and they didn't deserve that. So I know Jersey's a crazy place. That's my home state. I've heard of crazier things, but I had to cover this story because with me being a nursing student and you guys, following me and subscribing to the channel and supporting the channel, I want to make you guys aware of the things that you could be getting yourself into. They train you to de-escalate. They train you to, protect yourself, block your face, stuff like that. But what happens when the situation is like this? And the saddest part about this entire thing is if you were to do something to protect yourself, but also stop the situation from happening, you could be up for termination. They can fire you for that. I think that is insane. If someone attacks you and you swing back, whether it's a reflex or whatever, you could be up for termination. You could be fired for protecting yourself and stopping the situation from happening. You're slashing at me with a metal object in your hand. I don't know. Can you say on YouTube? I don't know if I can say the object on YouTube, but they're trying to cause harm to you and slash at you. And all you can do is protect yourself. You can't punch them. You can't kick them. You can't push them. All you can do is try to get into a room, close the door, grab something to block, cover your face, cover your wrists. Something has to be done, man. Something has to be done. Sad to hear this story, but, I want to give you guys the real. I definitely want to give you guys the real. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. These are my thoughts. It's just my thoughts. Crazy story, man. The emergency room and going into work can be the most insane things. People sneak into the hospitals, all types of crazy stuff. But I'm here to give you guys the real and give you guys my experience. So this is what I think about this story. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to comment. I have more content coming out for you guys. Just got off work, so I work again tonight, and then I'm off for a couple of days. So I'll make sure to keep getting this content out for you guys. Not necessarily Vlogmas, because I'm trying to post every day, but yeah, I'll make sure to get it out for you guys. It's about to rain outside, so I'll try to get some more hours of sleep before I go to work. So appreciate you guys, but that's all I have for y'all on this video. All right. Peace.